Well, Tom, at Bluestreak we like to challenge conventional ideas. Here's one everyone has heard. We need to do more with less. Well, we think companies should be doing less with more, not more with less. Do less human labor by leveraging more technology. To explain that, I'd like to highlight three key ideas: consolidation, connectivity, and integration. So first, consolidation. I'm talking about taking disparate systems or disparate data and combining them into one unified system. For instance, probably most of our viewers have quality or QMS documents, non-conformances, complaints or customer complaints, corrective or preventive actions. This kind of data usually lives in disconnected silos. It probably takes one or more people to manually associate the silo data with a job being run in the shop. This data needs to be automatically tied to production with every job that comes in. Other examples of data silos would be human capital management or employee training, for instance, equipment maintenance. This kind of data also needs to be tied directly to production. By automatically consolidating these data and managing them in one application, you can have the ability to make sure the operator or the vendor or the furnace, for instance, is qualified to run at the required specs at the specific point in time the job is being run. 2, connectivity. I'm talking about smartphones, tablets, wireless, anywhere, anytime connectivity. You should have the same view and access to your shop and data at the office, at home, on the road, or in your customer's office. Your business needs to connect in real time with customers without taking your time or your employees' time for taking phone calls, faxes, or emailing. You can have your system keep in contact with your customers automatically. And employees, you need to connect employees on the shop floor. Operators on the shop floor absolutely need to interact often with the system to make sure they understand every minute detail of the job being run. Are there particular specifications to reference? Is there a particular operating procedure to follow? Are there data to capture for each load? Is there one or more CAPA or corrective action that needs to be followed? Has the processing instructions been changed? Perhaps the tempering temperature has been increased by 15 degrees. Are there any special changes that need to be acknowledged and followed since the job was initially entered? Operators need to be kept informed even at 2 a.m. on the third shift. And the third item here, vertical integration. Think supply chain. 90% of the heat treating is done by captives. We all know that. The simple truth is you need to be your customer's captive department. Easier said than done, right? How do you do that? Well, this is a big one, Tom. You need to integrate with your customer's ERP or MRP system. Eliminate their paperwork and their labor time and really lock in your customers. If you have a system-to-system or a business-to-business integration with a customer, you can provide your customer better visibility and control with your shop than they have with their own internal department. That's really the key to capturing a captive and locking in major customers. Well, Tom, there's no doubt that ISO, AS9100, NADCAP, and other certifications add a substantial amount of overhead in terms of dollars and, more importantly, your employees' time. So let's try to envision a new reality for a heat treating shop. Imagine if you could automatically connect specifications and quality directly to the shop floor. You could guarantee that operators, vendors, and even equipment are qualified to process to the required specifications for each job in real time. Imagine if you could collect any type of data you need in real time right from the shop floor. Data like NADCAP operator control dimensions or control characteristics, and keep them as permanent artifacts of each job. Imagine if you could assemble all of the detailed production information for a given job with just a couple of taps on your tablet. What if you could prove all of the operator training, the equipment maintenance, the vendor certifications, calibration data for every person, entity, or equipment that touched your customer's parts? What would that do for your company when running internal audits? How much faster could external audits be? how would that position your company when talking to new prospects? I mean, would you be able to leverage that ability to break into the absolutely huge captive market? And without a doubt, arriving at this new reality will take time. It'll take a technology provider that pursues perfection. It will take a plan. But most of all, it takes real, no excuses commitment from the top of your organization. I'll give you a bonus and share with you 3 features that forward-thinking industry leaders need to adopt. We all know in real estate the 3 main attributes are location, location, and location, right? Well, in heat treating's future, we believe the 3 features are mobile, mobile, and mobile. Everything, I mean it, everything is going mobile and wireless in business and in manufacturing. And as I mentioned earlier, smartphones and tablets are the way of the foreseeable future. You need to be moving as quickly as possible towards total wireless, anywhere, anytime, any device access to your shop's data and intellectual property. However, the mobile revolution is not just for you or your employees, it's also for your customers. Giving your customers mobile, anywhere, anytime access to data regarding their parts in your shop, now that's what I call a captive killer. So I want to leave our viewers with this fact. You need to believe in better. By working with technology partners that get it and offer uncompromising integrity with no excuses accountability, you can move your heat treating shop into being a technological and quality industry leader.